Anyway, good morning.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
You're excited this morning, aren't you?
Of course I'm really excited. Look at these bad boys. New irons, used them last week for the first time at St Andrews, and today I'm going to have a bit of a gapping session. I'm going to work out how far they actually go.
Yeah. Just because you're losing distance as you're getting a little older, is that why?
Well, they are different to the previous set. So I had P760s before, so they actually are going to go a little bit different. Lofts are a bit different, the spin's a bit different. I need to find out how far they're going to go.
Exactly. We're also going to be testing out this little bad boy, the Flight Scope Mevo, to see how good and accurate it is on the yardages. So we're going to head to the 14th and test it. I'm injured, so I can't actually hit any golf balls today, so it's all Pierce.
He's running scared again.
Okay, Pierce is just warming up there, getting his body loose. Takes him about an hour now to get warmed up.
Take a while.
And this is what we're going to be comparing today. So we've got the Flight Scope X3 here. This is pretty new to us, this is. But this is a sort of their premium top end, which is $15,000. And then we've got the Mevo here, the Flight Scope Mevo, which is sort of I suppose the more general public one. We're going to be comparing these, seeing what the numbers and the differences are, and seeing how good this is really to get the yardages, which is obviously very useful. So let's see if Pierce is warmed up and let's get hitting some shots. So we're on the 14th hole here, about 140 yards away. We're going to actually get Pierce to hit all of his irons. We're going to work our way back and just see what yardage. It's going to be good for you to actually figure this out, Pierce, isn't it?
I need to find out what they go. They're going to be different to the P760s. They're definitely going to go a little bit less distance. And yeah, we'll talk you through why they're going to do that.
Let's have a look what you got then. So Pierce, just talk us through what you've got and why you've gone for these.
Yeah, okay, so 3 iron, 4 iron, 5 iron, 6 irons, all in the P7 MCs. So a little bit of forgiveness maybe from the cavity on these, but then blades, so the MB 7 iron through to the pitching wedge.
Blades, are you good enough for blades?
Well,
really,
do you know
Pierce?
what?
Come on.
Yes. But you know what? I think we don't play a lot of golf, but we both strike it pretty well. So I think we can get away with it.
Okay.
Somewhat. It's the wind we have to take into account, obviously, when we're doing these. It was down and now it's actually going a little bit right to left. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go through it.
Okay, let me just make sure this is ready. I'm ready to go on this one. And yours is there. It's going to call it out, I think.
Yeah, we'll hear it. We'll hear it call it out.
Okay.
So pitching wedge.
A nice strike, a really nice fly. Nice shot.
You shanked that one.
You nearly shanked that one. Yeah.
What sort of height are we looking at on these, Andy?
Height, let me just check. 101 feet.
Yeah, so anything between 90 and 100 is a good window for me when I'm hitting these clubs. Or any club, should I say.
Oh, that was crisp. Nice and shallow on that one, Pierce.
Yeah.
Okay, 151.1 average there.
Yeah.
Pretty good. The reason we're doing this video, obviously Pierce needs to know how far he's in his irons, but we want to stress the importance that you should be doing this. And I think for the amount of golfers that we've played with and actually coached, and we ask them and they have no clue of how far they carry. They've got an idea of how far it goes total, Pierce, yes, but how far you carry the golf ball is crucial. And if we said to you, how far do you carry a 6 iron, would you actually know the number? I'd say a lot of you are guessing. If you do know, let us know in the comments down below. So let's hit some mid irons then, Pierce.
Yeah.
And look, the way you can do this, you can do this on the range, you can do this on the golf course, you can go and book a fitting, you can use a device like the Mevo to give you a good idea, but it's crucial to help you on the golf course.
This is 8 iron, and feels very solid. Felt very nice, that did, Andrew.
That was nice.
That was a little bit toey and a little bit turned over on the breeze.
That was a duff.
That
was a very polite way of saying it. That was a duff.
It sounded ball first.
Slightly off the toe, yeah. Duff.
Again, it's interesting that the big thing for me with these clubs now, compared to the P760s, I feel that I'm in a lot more control, so there's a lot more spin on the golf ball. So we'll look at some of the spin numbers in a moment, but for me, that shot that I've just hit there, I've kind of pulled it a little bit, winds right to left and down. I'd be expecting that one to be big and left.
Yeah, yeah.
With my P760s, with that one there, it was probably a pretty controllable number still.
Yes, and one of the things that Pierce does, he delofts he gets a lot of shaft lean, similar to me, gets quite a bit of shaft lean, which delofts the club face, which reduces the spin. So for Pierce to to get a bit more spin, just enhances that control and gets it landing a little softer.
That was really nice. That's just like a little, cut against the breeze. Again, very difficult for me to do.
They sound beautiful, by the way.
They sound really good, don't they?
So average there on some decent 3 shots, 169.4, so just under 170 there. Again, breeze there, so we'll take that into account.
Yeah.
Might be a little less coming off it in normal conditions.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you test and you have a wind like this, you take it into account and then you just test again. So it's something you should do regular anyway. It's not like you do it once a year. You should do this regular so you at least understand what your dispersion of distance is throughout the set.
Now, Pierce had his first game with these in Scotland. We went to St Andrews last week, played Kings Barnes, the Jubilee and the Old Course. And I must say, when he hit these irons, they sounded really pure. They were beautiful in terms of that. And he actually hit some really nice shots up there as well.
You know, I had a couple of shots again. Look, P760 is a great golf club, no doubt about it. But there were definitely a couple of shots I was able to play, especially little fades against the breeze. That was something I could do last week. I've not really been able to do that before with the P760. So that was exciting.
That was just as pure. I mean, look at that. It's just straight down at the flag. They do sound really nice. So in terms of an iron then, Pierce, from obviously you've only had a few games with them, but a little bit of practice with them. How do they feel? How do they rate for you, these ones?
So the big things that I needed out of the next set of irons that I had was definitely more spin, as we mentioned. So getting a little bit more, definitely got that from these. As far as the look's concerned, they look quite similar to me to a P760 when I look down on it, but when you look at it up here, it probably looks a little bit sexier for sure. But for me, because I can control the spin on these and the short irons feel like I've got a lot more control, I'm able to hit that little cut. They're as good as I've used for maybe since we've been with TaylorMade. Probably the best ones I've had since we've been with TaylorMade, and maybe the best ever. Obviously, we've just got to get into this and play a few more games. But as far as what they offer from the spin, the flight, how I can control it, they're as good as anything. It's a big statement.
Just needs to improve his golf swing now, and then that's it. That's all. He's there. He's there.
If only there was a golf swing at the end of it all as well.
So we're well and truly into the cavities now. Pierce opted for the cavities in the longer stuff, in the 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then obviously the blades in the shorter ones, because the shorter irons, he wants precision, he wants accuracy. Whereas with the longer irons, we all need that forgiveness, you know, a little bit of room for error.
Room for ever would be nice.
We want room for ever. We want room for error, we all do, especially on those longer clubs. So again, how are these feeling? Is there a difference, Pierce?
Yeah, I mean, you mean from cavity to blade?
Yeah,
or from these compared to the other set?
Cavity to blade.
Cavity to blade, I mean, they don't look too dissimilar, which is great, because it's always nice to have a set that looks quite similar throughout. Obviously, you know the different shapes of the different irons, obviously. But for me, not a massive difference in the feel. I'm hoping that when they're a bit more off-centre, which they probably will be maybe with a 3, 4 and 5 iron, that they're just going to perform well. Much better than that though, Andrew.
That was a ripper. That was right, really pure. Like a bullet that was, Pierce.
Yeah, a little lower than I would like. It's gone miles.
Great at St Andrews, that one.
Yeah, a little lower. Maybe think about ball position further forward potentially. I think for a lot of golfers when they're going through this here, they'll find that they're hitting their 3 and 4 irons very similar to their 5 irons on carry, and this is something that you may find out by doing this test. Really important that you look at that, because you could be wasting 2 clubs in the set, whereas a 3 and a 4 hybrid might be much better for you to get that height and get that different gapping on the shot.
Yeah, just did a recent video on that actually, which was good, just showing the differences between that. Really worth checking out as well.
For sure.
Okay, give me one more then, Pierce.
One more.
And then you're ready to go. You're armed with all your yardages. You've got your averages, you can work them all out, you can take them to the course, no guesswork.
I'm ready to go in a sauna or something and go to sleep. Again, beautiful strike.
Yeah, nice.
Feel nice though, Andrew.
That's good, that's good. I think that's a decent one there to measure that off there, Pierce. But yeah, good. I mean, it's just a really important exercise to do, isn't it? Now you're armed with all those yardages. Next time you go on the golf course, you've got a slightly better chance of competing with me.
No problem at all. No problem at all.
Slightly better chance. We need to have a go. Actually, I'm injured at the moment, so I need to get fit and well before I do that. But
just interesting on that one, I think when you do this yourselves and you get your yardages, make a note of them and then test again, maybe a couple of months later, whatever. Just keep in mind what these yardages are. You could even go to the point where you write them down and actually stick them on the golf shaft. Justin Rose does that, so if he can do it, why would you not do it?
So we strongly recommend that you do that. Either go and book a fitting, go on the golf course, driving range, or even check out the Flight Scope Mevo. It's a great tool. There wasn't much difference. There was a difference between the X3 and the Mevo, 2 or 3 yards consistently, but you'd expect that. This one's actually predicting it. Now, if you are interested, FlightScope are going to do you guys a deal. They're going to do a 10% discount off any of the Mevos. All you need to do is use this code and the link is in the description below. Now, before you go anywhere, are you somebody who struggles with inconsistent ball striking with your irons, hitting it heavy, hitting it thin, and lacking a bit of confidence? Well, we've created Ultimate Irons, a coaching plan dedicated to irons that have seen thousands of our members have incredible results.
Yeah, do you know what? It really will help you strike the golf ball more consistently than ever. We even talk about sloping lies, trouble shots, playing in the wind just like today, and also the difference between your long and short irons. And we also talk about perfecting your perfect on-course strategy. So if you want to take part in the plan, click the link down below, take advantage of the free trial, and we'll see you over at meandmygolf.com.